Hey guys, this is Seth here, and well, guess what? There's more presentations to react to coming up tomorrow. Um, Not one but two of them. Amusingly, just before I recorded this video, uh, the Kirby Air Riders Direct got announced, like mere moments before I was about to record this video, so that was convenient. Um, so Tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, there will be a Kirby Air Riders Direct. Finally, I hope we're going to get a release date for this game because it's supposed to be coming out this year, along with Metroid Prime 4 Beyond and Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. But we haven't gotten release dates for none of those three games. So I don't know what has been going on, but I guess we're about to get release date on one of them, hopefully. So yeah, we'll see. It's 45 minutes long, and apparently Sakurai is going to be hosting it, which makes sense. He's the one directing the game. Um, as for what I'll be doing, like whether I'll be streaming or not, I will not be live streaming my reactions to the Kirby Air Riders Direct, mainly because it's 45 minutes long, yeah, but it's all for one game, and I feel like there wouldn't be a whole lot you'd be missing if I live streamed it. If I didn't live stream it, really, because it's not really like I said, it's one game, and there's only so much talking you can do to react to something like that. But there will be moments of it. I think there will be something that comes out of it. I hope there's gonna be a trailer. There should be, but more importantly, I'm hoping for a release date. If they announce a release date, and or a new trailer for that game for the game, um, yeah, I'll post. I'm going to be locally recording my reactions, but if they do talk about the release date and or show a trailer, I'll post that as a highlight on the channel. So um that's the Kirby Air Riders Direct. 4 hours later is where the big one happens. This is going to be the biggest presentation I've reacted to since the Bandai Namco presentation that happened in early July. It's been that long. Um, I mean, granted, it's a month, so I guess it's not that big a deal. But still, like, it's been a while. Like, since there's been a presentation this big. But Gamescom opening night live is going to be happening. It's another Keighley event, so not really, you know, all that surprising. There's three Keighley events during the year. Summer Games Fest, Gamescom opening night live, and the Game Awards. So Gamescom is opening that live is going to be interesting because not only is there the main event at 2, but there's actually going to be a pre-show hosted by Kyle Bossman 30 minutes before that's also going to have some game announcements. So the plan for Gamescom opening that live is not for me to start at my usual like time, like 10 to 15 minutes before the presentation starts, but technically like 35 minutes before the presentation starts because I want to actually go live for once. I'm live streaming my reactions to Gamescom opening night live, but I will be starting at 1:20 or 1:25 p.m. Eastern Time on twitch.tv/Sonic Stadium. I will be, like I said, live streaming going live just before the pre-show starts, and we can just spend the next 2 hours or so just watching all the announcements that come in. I will say this much though, I'm not expecting much from the pre-show, and I really wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't a whole lot out of Gamescom opening night live that I ended up enjoying either. Like that, I don't expect a whole lot in that either. Um, and the big reason why is because generally Gamescom opening night live, out of all the Keighley events, this one tends to be the weakest of the three. And it's mainly because Summer Games Fest just happened like 2 months ago. So there's not really a whole lot that game companies are really going to be wanting to reveal and want to talk about because they've already done that. It's kind of, they've kind of already, the dam's already burst. So there's not really a whole lot to discuss here. Now, but mind you, that doesn't necessarily mean there won't be nothing to talk about because um, it's looking really likely there's going to be yet another Sonic Racing Crossroads. Roads? Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. You can tell it's really early in the morning. I'm recording this. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds trailer. Probably some more DLC news, but I don't really expect much else. Um, because the game is coming out in like a little over a month from now, and they've talked so much about this game that I just there's really very very little they could show at this point, other than maybe single player content, but even that's kind of be kind of dicey because dicey because the damn you know spoilers, spoilers basically. The damn spoilers might be too much of an issue, so a potential issue. So they probably wouldn't be able to talk much about it or even show much about it. So, but that assumes there's even single player. Well, there has to be single player content. Every Sonic Racing game's had single player content. But yeah, other than Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, I'm not expecting much else. If there is anything, it's probably going to be for games we already know about. Um, Resident Evil Requiem, probably going to get some more info. But really, I think that's it. Like I said, there are going to be more game announcements, but I'm not expecting much. I mean, I feel like I say that all the time, but you know, I'm. This is definitely one of those. Out of all the big presentations, like this is usually the weakest one. You know, one of the weaker ones. And it's it's understandable. Like I said, considering that Summer Games Fest was just a couple months ago, and you know, so we'll see, but how things go. But yeah, I will see you all on twitch.tv/Sonic Stadium tomorrow for Gamescom opening night live, and who knows, maybe there will be a video too. I'll be able to get out of the Kirby Air Riders Direct as well, so you'll have kind of a small appetizer before the big event later that day. But yeah, after that, I don't really like. There's this Kirby Air Riders Direct just lowered the odds even more of there being a General Direct. I mean, at this point, I just don't see there being a General Nintendo Direct happening next month. Um, I just can't see it and it's just simply because they've had a trailer for Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment, and now they're doing a big direct for Kirby Air Riders. That really just leaves Metroid Prime 4 Beyond um, as the only 2025 first-party Nintendo game that hasn't really gotten any new information. And I get the feeling, they'll probably at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if that was its own separate, like a Nintendo Today news drop or just a random trailer drop or something. We still need release dates for these games, though. Like I said, if Kirby Air Riders gets a release date, then that really just leaves Metroid Prime. I mean, technically, a General Direct with Metroid Prime 4 release and a release date and Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment release date. I guess you could get a Nintendo Direct out of that, as well as more info on Tamagotchi Life and the new Tamagotchi Life and the new Rhythm Heaven. So I guess a General Direct could happen, but I still feel like because this Kirby Air Riders Direct is happening, I think the odds have gone down some, if not by a big amount. So, I mean, we'll see what September brings, but I'll talk more about what's to come, like, after tomorrow, because, I do want to I already said, like, before EVO, that there would probably be a lot to I do want to take a moment to do a video to kind of talk about where things stand right now at the moment, and while there's a lull in the a brief period of peace, now that the summer presentations are pretty much coming to an end now, and we're about to get to the fall ones, I want to take a moment to kind of check in with you all and find out how you all are feeling, and if you're enjoying the content and everything, and I hope you are, but I'd rather save all that for when I'm able to focus on that when we're not dealing with a bunch of presentations. So, after tomorrow, I'll be able to I'll be able to sort that out. But for now, I will see you all tomorrow. It's gonna be a big day. So see you then. But for now, this is SSF signing out. Sayonara, guys.